What happens if you sell your face to a Russian AI company? Will they use it or abuse it? Can they do whatever they want with your face, or do they have to adhere to written guidelines? Can anyone sell their face to AI, and can you use a real person's face in a video without their permission? Bruce Willis probably answered all these questions when he sold his likeness to Deepfake.io, a Russian AI company. But since then, all of Hollywood has been terrified by AI. And it all began in March 2022 when Bruce Willis was diagnosed with aphasia. Aphasia is a language disorder that affects speech. After his diagnosis, everyone thought Willis could no longer appear in movies. But lo and behold, just 6 months later, the actor starred in a commercial for Megaphone, a Russian telecommunications giant. The story was immediately picked up by the Daily Mail, and on September 27th, they ran this story. Bruce Willis sells rights to permit deepfake digital twin of himself to be created for use on screen. Other major publications picked it up and ran with it, but there was just one problem. It was all a lie. Bruce Willis never signed an agreement with Deepfake. Instead, he did something even better. He gave the AI company consent to smash that like button, just like you should if you haven't done so already. But no. In all seriousness, Bruce Willis consented to have his face recreated in the commercial. According to Deepfake, Bruce Willis said, quote, "I like the precision of my character. It's a great opportunity for me to go back in time. The neural network was trained on content of Die Hard and Fifth Element, so my character is similar to the images of that time. With the advent of modern technology, I could communicate, work, and participate in filming, even being on another continent. It's a brand new and interesting experience for me, and I am grateful to our team." Using 34,000 images to build Willis's digital twin might sound impressive until you realize why it terrifies Hollywood.
I am not Morgan Freeman, and what you see is not real.
He's right. This is not Morgan Freeman, nor is this Tom Cruise. Simon Cowell is not singing in this clip, and this is definitely not Mike Tyson and Snoop Dogg interviewing each other dressed as women. Things get seriously messed up when professional impressionists use deepfake technology. In reality, this is how deepfakes work. The deepfake singularity is real. It's here, and Hollywood is terrified. Sure, giant corporations can't use the faces of celebrities to create commercials, but what's stopping some tech-savvy kid from God knows where from using the faces of celebrities to con and steal thousands of dollars from people who don't know the difference between a VR set and scuba goggles? You think I'm exaggerating? Take a look at this.
Boy, he's crazy. Oh my God.
And things become even more warped when we talk about AI influencers appealing to new generations like Gen Z. However, before I dive down that rabbit hole, let's see how deepfakes work. The executive of a British energy company cost the enterprise $243,000 when he wired the money to a deepfake hacker pretending to be his boss. Imagine if the guy impersonating Tom Cruise did the same. I'm pretty sure Maverick didn't give him permission to use his face, but he does it anyway. Deepfake technology paired with AI could seriously harm us if we don't understand how it works. Deepfakes appeared for the first time in 2018. That was 6 years ago, which in AI terms is like 6 centuries ago. Today, you have Instagram and Snapchat filters that do this to your face. Today, deepfakes can change your face and voice. For example, this MIT student turned his face and voice into that of former US President Barack Obama.
Deepfake is revolutionizing so many fields.
So how does it work? Well, let's say you wanted to change your face to that of Ryan Reynolds. Something called the generator algorithm is fed a plethora of images, videos, and audio recordings from both you and Ryan Reynolds. Then that generator analyzes your facial expressions and puts Ryan Reynolds' face on them. This algorithm is trained to recognize special features inside the samples you fed it in the beginning. It quickly points them out to the generator and they correct them right away. This is known as GAN, or Generative Adversarial Network. And today, anyone can create deepfakes using free online coding tools like Deepface Lab. The same company that made Simon Cowell sing "You're the Inspiration" also brought Elvis Presley back to life, and this is where Hollywood sounded the alarm. Acting changed forever when Oliver Reed died during the filming of Gladiator, and they had to use his likeness from the first scenes to digitally recreate his face in later scenes. Furious 7 recreated the likeness of Paul Walker, who tragically passed away before filming for the movie Wrapped. In 260 shots, they used Paul Walker's brothers and special VFX technology to make it seem like Walker was still alive. Then, in 2020, the same thing happened with John Scorsese's The Irishman. Joe Pesci, Robert De Niro, and Al Pacino look decades younger thanks to special software. Industrial Light and Magic, the production company in charge of de-aging the actors, developed a revolutionary new way of shooting films. They changed the faces of the actors to make them appear younger than they really were without placing any markers on their faces. 4 years later, Soul Machines brought Marilyn Monroe back to life using nothing but AI, and Hollywood was furious. Monroe's avatar was supposed to allow fans to chat with the long-deceased movie star and ask her questions they couldn't otherwise, and actors began rioting. The company has recreated other celebrities as well, like Carmelo Anthony, Jack Nicklaus, Mark Tuon, and Francis Ngannou. And for $19.99 a month, you can talk to these digital stars. While some fans were delighted, the families of other celebrities hated this AI resurrection. Zelda Williams, the daughter of legendary comedian Robin Williams, expressed concerns, calling the AI recreations of her father personally disturbing. She also said, "This isn't theoretical, it is very, very real. I've already heard AI used to get his voice to say whatever people want, and while I find it personally disturbing, the ramifications go far beyond my own feelings. Living actors deserve a chance to create characters with their choices, to voice cartoons, to put their human effort and time into the pursuit of performance." Thankfully, Robin Williams had a stipulation in his will that restricted anyone from using his image for 25 years after his passing. Today, studios have to get permission from the actor's estate if they want to recreate someone's likeness in a film. But Christopher Reeve, the actor who played Superman in 1978, didn't have such a clause, and he has no family members to give permission. So, does that mean any studio can use his face and likeness in a movie? This is where the whole AI revolution becomes a question of integrity. Just because we can do something doesn't mean we should do it. The actors' integrity and pride in their work is what sets them apart and what makes their movies memorable. When studios recreate a deceased actor's likeness without their permission, they are basically playing Dr. Frankenstein. It's okay when this is done respectfully, like in the case of Paul Walker, but not so much with the case of Peter Cushing's character Wilhuff Tarkin in 2016's Rogue One, even though they had the approval of Cushing's estate. And this brings us to the problem of AI avatars as a whole. Today, giant corporations are using digital models to sell merchandise just like they would with a real influencer. Lil Miquela, for example, is a digitally created influencer who is supposed to be 20 years old. She has 3 million followers on Instagram and has recently appeared in her very own BMW commercial. Aitana Lopez is a Spanish AI influencer with 305,000 followers. They seem real, but actually, they're these warped and convoluted avatars created by marketing agencies for one purpose and one purpose only: to sell us real-life products for real-life money. And it seems to be working. The agencies are making tens of thousands of dollars per month. But you want to know what's the worst part? These characters were created based on trends and consumer data. In other words, marketing agencies looked at what Gen Z followers followed, and they created a digital persona that gave them the best of everything. I don't know about you, but to me, it seems wrong. Creating a digital shell of a person based on the likes and preferences of young people so you could sell more products and make more money, it's plain wrong. What do you think? Watch this video next if you enjoyed this video on AI likeness and selling your face. This is AI Exposed, demystifying the world of artificial intelligence one video at a time.